Before there was church, there was supper. Lots of suppers, actually. Too many to count. Shared by a dozen or so people who were brought together by the Holy Spirit. They weren't friends, really. They didn't have much in common. They were just people, hungry for homemade food, hungry for companionship on the lonely road called spiritual but not religious. Ravenous, actually, for some confirmation that the God of whom they had heard rumors might actually be for them, inviting them to the table. So I made chili and tacos, chicken pot pie and butternut squash soup, vegetarian curry, and homemade bread. Before there was church, there was supper. And then somewhere along the line between the dishes on the table and the dishes in the sink, a church was born. We're going on 2 years now, and there are groups all over town having supper every week, and I hardly ever have to make it myself, which is good, because I was never that great of a cook anyway. But there's one thing I am good at: spotting somebody who's hungry and inviting them to break bread. It's the simplest thing on earth when you think about it: hunger, bread, and an open invitation. I learned it from the best. He shared a lot of suppers, too many to count. And everyone was invited: prostitutes and tax collectors, the poor and the rich, insiders and outcasts, the religious but not spiritual, and the spiritual but not religious. They weren't friends, really. They didn't have much in common. They were just people hungry for homemade food, hungry for the bread of life. It's the most beautiful thing on earth when you think about it: hunger, bread, and an open invitation. My name is Katie Hayes, pastor of Galileo Church in Mansfield, Texas. And if there's one thing I know, it's that ministry still matters.